Hey everybody, it's Shauna with Valkeryie, and I'm live today, obviously, and I have my beautiful assistant, little Nacho, over here helping me today go live. So here's the deal. Recently, I have discovered that spending time on Quora pays off, and it pays off for just about any business owner out there. What do I mean by that? Well, Quora is a forum where people can go and ask questions that are relatable to just about any industry out there. So what's fantastic about it is it gives you as an opportunity, it gives you the opportunity as a business owner to go out there and actually answer questions for people in your industry and become, the authority that you are, essentially. So this is actually a pretty cool resource, because what I found with this is not only can I go ask questions to kind of measure the weight and the ability of other people within my industry, but also to find inspiration for blogs and videos like this. So I'm actually using one of the questions that I answered on Quora this morning as motivation for this video. So here's the question that was asked. It was, what happens if Facebook likes go down? And I said, well, it's an interesting question, interesting that you posted that question, because with the recent algorithm changes on Facebook, what's fascinating about this is so many people are not up to date on this. So not only does the algorithm change affect your business page, it actually also affects your personal page as well. Meaning that only 1 to 2% of the people on your friends list and or on your fans list are going to see what you're posting. Now, that being said, there is a hack that you can use on your personal Facebook which will actually bypass the algorithm and allow you to opt in and opt out of that. I am posting the link to the answer that I posted on Quora below in the comments, so please leave your feedback on that. But what was fascinating to me about this was the social fixer is a great way in Chrome to actually bypass any manner of algorithm change that there is. Now, this only works on your personal feed. It does nothing for your pages, okay? And it only works if you're using a desktop or a laptop. I am still looking for different options, that you can use on mobile. I haven't found one that really grabs me as of yet, so I don't want to recommend something that I'm not excited about. With that said, a couple other things for you, because everybody is talking about engagement. So when I read that only 1 to 2% of people who are on your list actually see your posts, I went and I did some math. I went to some really, really large pages with large followings, and I broke it down percentage-wise on what they're doing organically and as paid posts. And I'm going to tell you right now that 1 to 2% figure is absolutely factual. Now, there's a couple of things you can do to help improve your odds of your post being seen. The first is dissecting exactly what times of the day the majority of your audience is on. This is a very easy thing to do on Facebook Analytics, Twitter Analytics, and there's even an app for Instagram to tell you when the best time is to post on all of these platforms. So then you can actually go in and say, okay, cool. Thank you for the love. I love you when you hit the love button. You can actually go in and say, okay, cool. What I'm going to do now is post when my audience is online. Now, here's something else you might not know. The feed that you see in your timeline is different when you're going, for example, from mobile to your tablet, to your desktop, to your laptop. It's not always going to be the same feed that you see in your timeline. But as a business, it's always wise to post when your people are online, because that is going to improve your reach, i.e. your chances of being seen. Now, another biggie that I have experimented with, which is fantastic, is live video, just like this one. So, as a business owner, I would say if you can go live once a day, do it and talk about some issues in your business, or do what I do and, go get on Quora and find people who are asking questions and then answer those questions via a live video and then post the resource to Quora underneath. Now, another fun trick that you can do to increase your engagement and do some cross promotion is download your live videos and put those suckers up on YouTube. I do that too. So what I'm getting at here, go live. Now, a lot of you make a huge mistake where you're just like, okay, well, whenever I'm on Facebook and whenever I have time to post is when I'm going to post. it's really not going to help you organically with your reach at all. I mean, that's fine with ads, but you've got to be prepared to spend some money on Facebook ads. And I say that out of experience. I mean, we spend some money on Facebook ads. Our clients spend money on Facebook ads. And, you know, for as many resources out there that say, oh, this is easy, this is easy, this is easy, I get far more people contacting me going, I have no idea what I'm doing because everything I'm doing falls flat. It's really not that easy. So, you know, if you're doing any type of organic posting and hoping and praying for more organic engagement, which I know you all are, ultimately what you're going to have to do is get on and schedule time to do a live video. So for me, it's as easy as this. Alexa, schedule Facebook Live for tomorrow at 3 p.m.
That's Facebook Live on Tuesday, April 18th at 3 p.m., right?
Right.
Okay, I've added that.
So Alexa just added that to my Google Calendar, which then pops up on my phone as a reminder for exactly what it is that I need to be doing at whatever time. So that is ultimately my social media has become an appointment that I make with myself. And if you're serious about doing it yourself, if you're serious about finding a DIY solution, that's really the only way that you can do it, is make sure that you're either buying a post scheduler, and I will post below links to 2 different tools that we use as a company that have been extremely effective, especially because they both have image editors that are actually built into them so you can brand images to you, which is smart. And then the next thing that I, you know, would add with that is one actually allows you to pull in videos from YouTube and make them look organic to Facebook, which is always a smart move because Facebook doesn't like YouTube videos. Facebook doesn't work and play well with YouTube videos. So that said, those are kind of some tips to help you increase your organic engagement. I mean, those live videos that I have experimented with, my God, it increases reach by 300%. And it's also increased engagement. So, I mean, we're getting loves, likes, shares. By the way, if this is helpful, love this video. Show me some love and I show you some love back. But the other thing I say when I'm talking about Social Fixer and organic engagement and increasing your organic reach, quite frankly, the best way you're going to do that is by interacting with other people. Shocking concept, right? Social media is a networking tool. So you want to use that to the best of your ability to network with your audience as your personal brand, but also as your page. The way you do it as your page is within your page's feed. So you have to go into your page's feed and then say, okay, on my page's feed, I'm going to interact with, you know, these other pages as my page. And it's an easy thing to do. I have a YouTube video for that. And yes, I will post that in the comments below as well. So there'll be lots of yummy goodies in the comment box below for you guys that you can use over and over again. This, of course, Facebook Live video will be posted to YouTube and, of course, on our Facebook page. So you'll have access to that if you want to go over this information again. But really, it's all about helping you increase your organic reach at the end of the day, especially if you want to do a DIY solution. But scheduling posts is just, it's vital, because if you're not scheduling them at the right time, you're not going to have the most reach. And anybody who's in any type of sales profession is going to tell you sales is a numbers game. Well, guess what? So is social media. The more people that put eyeballs on your content, the more people are going to interact and engage with your content. Another fun fact for you, and I post about this quite often, I use a service where I will go and I will actually help other people promote their content for free. They, in turn, because I did something nice for them, will post my content for free. That helps me get 5.3 million sets of eyeballs on my content. Yes, that's millions with an M. So if you want that type of reach to improve your organic engagement, I would highly suggest that you sign up for the free account with CoPromote that I have also will be posting below once this video processes and uploads. Whee! So the last thing I'm going to leave you with, and something I found really interesting on Quora, was I also posted a question because I like to interact with other people and see, you know, is there a strategy out there that I'm not aware of? Is there something that I could do differently? Is there something I could do better, right? So I get on there and I ask a question and I say, okay, well, what's the best strategy you found for increasing your Facebook organic reach? And I'm like, okay, somebody out there might have a strategy I haven't heard of or am not aware of. Well, unfortunately, they didn't. What they did have was a lot of misinformation. primarily being so-called social media experts saying that 10% of your audience still sees your posts. Wrong answer, boys and girls. They do not. It is 1 to 2%. Go check your math. So when I'm getting at this is, as a business owner, when you're getting technology information, go source it. Go do some simple math for yourself. Go find a page that has, 1 million likes or 1 million followers and dissect, okay, based on sponsored posts and organic posts, what is the percentage of reach and what is the percentage of engagement? The most disturbing thing is organically, it's gone down across the board. And I'm talking pages who have 2 million, 3 million followers. It's challenging for a lot of people. Now, there's obviously some other tips and tricks with that. You can actually target each post organically as well to 16 different interests. And if this is feeling like it's a little bit too much for you, that's why people work with me, because our company knows how to do these types of things. And not even I get to have the opportunity to target all of my posts the way that I would like to sometimes. So I get it. You're busy, you're a professional, things happen. But it's just one thing that I really just want to help you say, okay, cool. Here's some great ways to improve your organic reach. Now, that being said, going back to my experience on Quora with people who are providing some not so hot info. So listening to people without sourcing and vetting that data makes about as much sense as putting Helen Keller in a sharpshooting contest. It really does. And, this kind of leads me into a caveat as well, because I've had several conversations with people who say, oh, well, my friend says that I should do this, or my friend says that I should do that. My answer to them is always pretty blunt, and it's always essentially, okay, well, your friend says this. Are they in your industry? If the answer is no, then they need to shut up and you need to not listen to them. If they are in your industry and they're not as successful as you are, they also need to shut up and you need to start listening to them. Let me give you an example. Would you take legal advice from an ex-con? Probably not. Unless, of course, you're looking to avoid the law in some way. Would you take financial advice from a broke person? No, probably not. Would you take relationship advice from somebody who has chronically bad relationships? No, you probably wouldn't. I can tell you personally that I've gotten some of the worst advice from people who I have, had as friends, business-wise. Literally the worst advice, because they weren't in my industry, they didn't understand what I did. And they, if they had their way and had I listened to them, I would still be a 2-person shop and struggling to get business in a single city. I didn't do that. I went national, then I went global, and it's worked out very, very well for us because it's led to some very great strategic partnerships with other companies that has allowed us to grow and scale exponentially and continue to grow and scale exponentially. So it's important to know that. It's very, very wise of you to really look at who you're getting advice from. So like me, for example, when I decided I wasn't going to listen to my friends who really didn't understand what I wanted to do or what I was doing, I went and looked at people who were in my industry who were incredibly successful. And I began studying the very subtle nuances of their business. Okay, how are they doing pop-ups? What are they using as copywriting? How did they structure their website? How are they engaging on social media? And I make that a almost daily habit of going and studying people and, molding things after what they're doing and thinking, okay, well, can I build a better mousetrap? And sometimes I often do. But it's incredibly important when you're building your business to sometimes tune out friends and family. And I say that with love in my heart. I really do. Sometimes you just have to tune out friends and family and say, okay, you don't really understand my business. You don't understand my vision. You don't understand where I'm going. So listening to you would, again, make about as much sense as putting Helen Keller in a sharpshooting contest or a one-legged man in an ass-kicking contest. It just doesn't make sense. So when you're doing these types of things, it's important to listen to your own voice. It's important to listen to what you want to do, how you want to say it, and how you want it to come across as you're growing your business. So be very mindful about who you take your advice from and who you listen to. Me personally, I'm always like, well, you know, you can give me your advice all day and I'll smile and nod and then do whatever I'm going to do anyway. So, you know, it's always interesting to me when I have these conversations where somebody will say to me, and I have so many, you know, a friend said, or, you know, somebody who does this said, well, they don't know what they're doing. And, you know, if somebody's telling you, oh, that's not how you get followers on, you know, Instagram or Facebook or Twitter, and they have 88 followers, they're probably not an expert at getting followers. Just throwing that out there. So, you know, it's important, again, to vet who you're getting information from, to really look and say, okay, what are the subtle nuances of their business that I can replicate and change and improve upon? And that leads me into the last thing, which is something pretty gosh darn exciting for today. One thing that I have been working on quite diligently is launching a pretty kick-ass sweepstakes with a strategy that nobody's seen before. And I'm excited about it. I'm really excited about it. So what are we giving away, right? That's obviously the next question. Well, I'll tell you what we're giving away. We're giving away basically $10,000 business in a box. That would be pretty much any niche website that you can possibly think of that is monetized about 15 different ways, plugged into a CRM that is completely done for you, with an email marketing strategy included that is done for you and most of it on autopilot, a blog posting strategy that is done for you and most of it on autopilot. So literally $10,000 worth of marketing goodies that we are going to be giving away starting our contest on May 1, and that's going to run through the end of May, and then every month after that. So the rules to enter will be simple. I will post those on our Facebook page, and of course I'll put them in a live video as well. So to close out for today, for your Monday, which I hope you're having a good one, organic engagement. You know, get out there, interact with other people, both on your personal profile and on your page. Download Social Fixer for Google Chrome. It is free and it bypasses the algorithm for your personal profile so that you can see a lot more of what people are posting and have an opportunity to interact with them. And then last but not least, make sure you schedule some live videos from your page or from your personal profile. Either one is fine, but it is going to make some big difference in your numbers. I mean, I can tell you as many as we've done, it's just been gigantic difference. So, you know, use Quora to go farm different ideas on what you can shoot live videos about, to answer questions, to ask questions in your industry. It's a really great way to get and find and vet people who claim to be experts versus people who actually are. So it's a fantastic resource for you to use. I highly, highly, highly recommend and encourage you using it. And of course, I will post links to everything I have talked about today in the comments section below. Now, again, if you found this video useful, helpful, insightful, anything really, please make sure you hit the love button, not the like button, the love button. And then, you know, why not share it with your friends because you're cool like that. So we will talk to you later. And of course, if you ever have any questions, feel free to post them in the comments below or drop me a note on the page or message the page directly because, you know, I'm flexible that way. So we will talk later. Have a great rest of your Monday and go do something.